In this video, we are going to understand how to verify email in Neverbounce and add to an Apollo sequence. So let's say that you have got certain leads through LinkedIn lead ad generation forms, and now your objective is to first verify whether those email addresses are valid. We are going to do the same with the help of Neverbounce, and if the email addresses are valid, then we are going to create a contact in Apollo.io, that is a lead intelligence and sales generation platform. How can that be done? For this, we will have to integrate these applications, and we are going to do so with the help of Pabbly Connect. So here, my trigger application will be LinkedIn lead ad generation forms, then my action application first will be Neverbounce, and then it will be Apollo.io. Now, how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect. And as we do that, here we have reached the landing page. Now on the right hand side, we can see the option to sign in and sign up. So since I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in. If you're a new user, you can sign up. It is not going to take more than 2 minutes. Now here we have reached all applications page. These are the various products of Pabbly. I'm going to click on access now for Pabbly Connect. And as we do that, here you can see we have reached the dashboard. On the right hand side, there's a tab create workflow. Let's click on this. And a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. So you can give any random name to this workflow. What is my objective here? Here my objective is to verify the emails with the help of Neverbounce and then add the verified emails to Apollo.io. Verify email in Neverbounce and add to an Apollo.io sequence. Let's click on create. As we do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One here is trigger, another one is action. Now triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically action here is the response of your trigger application. Now, as per this integration, my trigger application here will be linked in lead generation forms through which I'm going to receive certain leads. And here the trigger event would be new lead generation form response. On the right hand side, you can see it is written this trigger will check for new data in 10 minutes, which means that this application is polling based and the workflow is going to run in every 10 minutes to fetch for new data. Now I'm going to click on create. As I do that, here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the LinkedIn lead generation forms account. So I'm going to select add new connection, connect with LinkedIn lead generation forms. So here I'm going to sign in once again. And as I do that, here you can see that the authorization has been successful, which means that Pabbly Connect and LinkedIn lead generation forms are now connected. Now here you can see that it has already captured the account, and here we have to select the lead generation form. So I'm just going to go ahead with the sample lead generation form. Let me show you the same. So this here is my LinkedIn account, and here we have got the following forms. So I'm going to show you sample lead generation form, and here you can see that whenever you're creating a form, so first of all you have to enter the form details. So first language, offer headline, offer details. So I have entered all these things. Privacy policy text. Then you have to enter the lead details and custom questions, confirmation, hidden fields, etc. So now I'm going to take you back, and as I do that, here we are going to go to advertise, and you can see that I have got different campaign groups, campaigns and ads. If you wish to create a campaign group or campaign or ads, you can just click on this tab and you can create one. I already have created a campaign group which is Pabbly Connect. Let's click on this. So you can see that I have got a lead generation campaign. Now as I click on this, so here you can see this is the advertisement that I'm running, and I'm going to click on this. So here we have been directed to the LinkedIn page, and now I am going to fill up the form. So this is the form, and this is just a sample form. Whenever you're creating a form, you can add as many fields as you wish to. So here I have entered the email address, phone number. Now this here is the first name, last name and the company name. Now I'm going to click on submit. So as I do that, let me take you to Pabbly Connect. And now as I click on save and send test request, so you can see that we have received the response. Let's understand what we have received. So here first of all, this here is the phone number, then we have the first name, this is the first name, this here is the last name, then we have the company name which is Magnet Brains, And yes, we have received this entire information. And once I have received this, so first of all, I'm going to check whether this particular email address that we have just received through this new lead is valid or no. And to do that, we are going to use an action application which is Neverbounce. Let's click on this. And here the action event would be to verify email address. Let's click on connect. So here again, Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with Neverbounce account. Let's select add new connection. To set up this connection, we need this private API key. I already have logged into my Neverbounce account. Now I'm going to click on this app's hyperlink. As I do that, here we have to first create a new app. So I'm going to just name it demo app. And now here I'm going to click on custom integration. This is the application type, and let's click on create app. So here our app has been created. So I'm going to check the API key. So this here is the API key. Let's copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. Let's click on save to set up this connection. And now here I have to enter the email which is to be verified. So I'm going to click on this, go to the previous step. Here I'm going to look for the email address, and here it is. Now let's click on save and send test request. So you can see that yes, I have received the response which says that this email address exists. So now what is my next objective? I want to add this particular contact in apollo.io. But before that, I'm going to put a filter here. So I'm going to use this feature by Pabbly which is filter, and here I am going to go to step 2 and I'm going to take result as the label. Now this should not be equal to invalid. So if this is not equal to invalid, then only this workflow should run. So I'm going to click on save and send test request. So you can see this is a success. Why? Because this email ID exists, and if this is invalid, then the workflow will not continue. Now I'm going to go down and add the final action step, which here is Apollo. Let's click on this, and the action event here would be to create contact. Let's click on connect. As I do that, here again Pabbly Connect wants to connect with Apollo account. Let's click on add new connection. Again we need the API key here. So I have logged into my Apollo account. Let's click on this hyperlink here, and here we have to go to the API keys, and now we have to create a new key. So I'm going to name this key as demo. And now here I'm going to create API key. So yes, you can see this demo key has been created. I'm going to copy this and go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. Let's click on save to set up this connection. And now as I take you down, here we have to enter the details. So first of all, the first name. Let's go to step 1, and here I'm going to look for the first name. So as I take you down, this here is the first name, right? Pabbly. The next thing is the last name. So again here as I take you down, so you can see this here is the last name, which is subscription billing management service. Now you can see this way of filling in the information. This way is known as mapping, and this is important so that every time the workflow runs, it can take the new data into consideration. Had I written the same information manually, then even when my workflow was running for the nth time, it wouldn't have taken the new data. And to avoid that, we map. Now comes the organization name. So again, I'm going to go to step 1 and I'm going to look for Magnet Brains. Then we have the email address. Let's go to step 1, and here we have the email address. Now if you wish to add the title, contact stage, website URL and address, you can always do that. I'm going to click on save and send test request, and here we have received the response. So according to which now this contact must be created in Apollo. So let's go and check the same. So here we have to go to Apollo, and here we are going to go for people. Now here let's go to saved, and here we can see that yes, this particular user has been added here. So admin@pabblytudes.com, this here is the first name and the last name, and this here is the name of the company. So this means that our integration is a success. But we also need to check the same in real time. I'm going to take you back to LinkedIn lead generation forms. Let's open the form once again. And here I'm going to click on apply now. So here again I'm going to give a valid email address. So let's say it is smartuser@pabblytudes.com, and then we have to give the phone number. Now I'm going to click on submit, And once this is done, what should happen? This particular user must be created in Apollo right now. So we are going to check the same. So here we can see that the user hasn't been created yet. Why? Because there's a polling time of 10 minutes. So we are now going to wait for 10 minutes and then we are again going to refresh this page to check if the user has been added here. And here we can see that yes, with the email address smartuser@pabblytudes.com, we have received another user. So this basically means that our integration is a success. Going back to Pabbly Connect, let's quickly understand what we have done. So here our trigger application was LinkedIn lead generation forms, where the event was new lead generation form response. Then our action application was Neverbounce, where we had verified the email address. Then we had used a feature by Pabbly, which was filter, to make this workflow continue only if the email address was valid. And finally, our action application was Apollo, where we had to create a contact. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.